farm off of the Frost family. And then there's the Emerys. Now they've been here 1867. Uh-oh, looks like a young child. That must have been hard for them. Huh. Here we go. We got the official house. Fred Schultze and Tony. Okay, this is the official mansion and artistic residence. And of course there is the farm. House. Yeah. First house here was built in 1830.
Right, the first part.
Okay, the first part. There's the flag on it. So then there was the extension.
Right.
And the back part.
That was added to about 1900.
Really? And then there's the barn. Where? Uh-oh. Vicky and the chicken. Okay, Vic. See, I told you. You're going to see something here you haven't seen very often in Brooklyn. Yes,
You're
dear.
hang tough.
Yes, Vic. Coming. Okay, here's Vicky doing some scouting out on the farm.
Quite a nice specimen of a chicken.
Huh. What do you think, Vic? Look at the cows, Vic.
I know, they're the...
It's like baby cows and they're little baby... Fred, how many cows do you have?
Altogether it's about 80.
Oh, really?
Haha, Dad, you were wrong.
I said 50.
You were about 30 off.
Okay.
What you see there, that cement, those cement wall, it used to be the one pit.
Right.
And I had another little pit next to it. There's a hill in there. Anyways, it's all flat and taken out of here.
Right.
And if you look beyond that big white tube of feed right there, there's a machine that I bought that puts the feed in that tube.
How old's the tractor here?
Yeah, that tractor's a great thing. I bought that in 1999.
Okay, yeah, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. That's the one with the cab?
Right.
With the,
bought that with the profits of AOL.
You got out. One of the smart people. You took some of your profits off the table, huh?
Right. Hey, Steve Case here, look what he did. He bought Time Warner.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I don't know when they walk on that.
Oh, this is too good. Now, where's Victoria?
I know.
You're going to be the farm.
Hi, guys.
Make sure you regulate it.
Fix my hair. You should have been a movie director.
There you go. Perfect. Uh-oh.
Here's a movie director.
Talking too loud, Mom.
Now, how did you get them? Somebody gave them to you?
Well, Angela bought the layers.
Okay, what am I doing here, Vic? Where's Victoria? This is Victoria? Hello, Victoria.
Oh, the big brown.
All right, she's still laying down, still waking up in the morning.
She's
Did they
making
make
milk.
an egg? No.
Oh, is that what happens?
See how she's chewing her cud? Do you know what that means?
Vicky does not.
What? That means that's the way cows eat.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Put it in their stomach. That's what she's doing right now. See how she's
There's a lot of action going on in this. Here she is.
Well, maybe, you know, if we
Victoria and Fred.
find an egg.
Turn around, Vic. There you go. Perfect.
Have you ever been on an Easter egg hunt? Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah.
So you never know when the chickens are going to lay their eggs. Isn't there a coop that they do it in?
What?
Isn't there a coop that
No,
the chickens?
that's what I should have. I got this little nest that I stuck in down here. We'll see if there's any in there.
Now this is a young-looking cow.
Which one?
Right here.
Oh, that's a Jersey. It's actually Victoria. Oh. Take a look right in there. See what you can see.
Some of them are like, oh, the brown eggs. And there's a white one too.
Wow.
What do you?
3 of them.
Look at that, Vic. Is that crazy?
Let's see.
Oh, that is too funny.
Chickens lay white, brown ones.
No, depends on the chicken. This is an Araucana chicken. Now that's actually, does that look pastel to you?
Which one?
Yes.
Oh, that's an egg, huh?
This is a good day. 3 of them.
Let's see, Vic. These are real chicken eggs, Vic. Right out of the chicken.
They're beautiful.
Aren't they?
That is too funny.
See them, Vic?
So you have about 80.
How
There's
many?
about 45 in here.
Oh, where are the
Young
others?
stars.
The young ones are outside.
All over. Various stages of it, just like they're in junior high, high school.
Now, how long do you keep them at this stage? Like, how old will they be before they stop producing milk?
And all the I'll show you a cow over there that's takes it easy,
Yeah.
doesn't get too excited. She's about 11 or 12 years old. And I can show you another one that banged themselves up or something happens.
Huh.
This one is small.
Now, this one here is small.
Well, it's not like that.
Doesn't produce milk yet, does it?
She's just learning. I bring them in, take their horns off, and plus they learn how to get up and down in the stalls.
She's curious about you,
Where's
Vic.
the baby over there? Where's the kid?
Yeah, that's the calf over there, and there's 3 more outside. 2 more. She was just born a week ago.
Oh, shoot, that's how small that is. That's a baby.
Which one was born a week ago?
Right over there against the wall.
Really?
The wall.
Wow.
I can
This-
hardly
But
see
is she
it.
near the mother or no?
What?
Is she near the mother or no?
Take them right away.
Dad, don't capture
You don't
that.
want them to get
No, I'm not.
attached?
Huh.
And they start walking all over Palm Hall and getting excited.
Not effective, right? The baby's over there.
Amazing. Okay. Here's the baby.
There's the baby.
You like
There's
eggs?
the baby. Oh, that looks like a new one, huh?
You don't eat eggs?
Amazing.
Really?
That much.
Well, it's on the farm. Let's see that. Let's see that pale egg, Vic. That it's not a brown egg. It's not a white egg. It's a gray egg.
It's not gray. It's white.
Look at the little baby.
That is so funny.
Did you see the calf?
Uh-oh.
I will take it home and wait for it.
Julia loves the eggs. Every time she comes, Julia
Really?
She wants to pick the eggs out because they're all different colors.
Yeah, yeah.
She wants to give it to Tony.
Oh, is that right?
You put the egg back?
Calf right here. Yeah.
You're a rich farmer. Good looking hay there you got.
Good looking hay.
There we go. There it is. Fred is closing up.
What a beautiful calf, Fred, huh?
Fantastic. Oh, I got one pushing me over here.
Yeah,
Licking my leg.
yeah, you got some nice looking cows, boy, now. Compared to what we used to have.
Here it is, the official workshop. Everything you would want to have to run a farm. So, fix equipment, maybe.
Alright, this thing, that's the manure pump right there, rebuilding.
Oh, is that right?
It's just about everything you can do.
All I can remember is Pam telling us one time about how she slid off the side of the manure pit with a motorcycle.
Alright.
Down into it, I guess.
Famous story.
The famous story.
I like though.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's Ida.
Oh, this is Ida.
Ida is licking.
This is Ida.
Look at that big tongue, man. Uh-oh. Someone's just gotten up.
Now, this is what you want to see. That's a real nice car right there.
Uh-huh.
That's the way they're supposed to look.
Really?
That's Haley.
This is Haley.
Oh, Haley's a good car.
That's so funny.
They look different. They look different.
You got it. You found another egg?
Oh, that one there I
Couple
put up
spots.
there this morning. I found it in the
Let's see.
can this morning.
Oh boy.
Another.
Another.
You can take one home and eat it. They're really good eggs. They're really good. The yolks are really yellow.
Oh my goodness. So Fred, how much milk gets produced on a daily basis?
Let me show you.
They pick up how often do they pick up?
Every other day.
So what do you do? You put them in like some kind of refrigerated.
Let me show you.
Hey, is that
You show
milk?
this one's fine, right?
That's two samples.
So Vic, the milk goes in here, honey.
Yeah, that's
The stainless steel
Takes
tank.
3 samples.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Every single sample is checked to make sure there's no antibiotic.
Yeah, yeah.
It's checked for bacteria. And what else is it checked for? It's checked for somatic cell count. And then he writes the weight right here on the slip. Today we shipped 4,228 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
What does that equate to? Do you equate it to gallons, or you just do it by pounds?
To a quart, isn't it? 2 pounds?
Oh, it's over 2
quart,
tons.
Or 2 pounds to a pint. Is it same as
Pints a pound, the world around.
Right.
Pints a pound a year, a world around. That's
2
too funny.
pints to a quart.
That's amazing.
Right.
Okay, so it's 8
So it's 2
pounds to a gallon.
Amazing.
Right, actually it's 8.3.
Okay, and what? How much did you ship?
4,200.
4,200. Holy mackerel. Very interesting.
Well, you don't know what each cow makes, do you? Fred, you don't know what each cow does, do you?
Sometimes he does.
So that's
Yeah,
roughly-
you can check.
So that's roughly 400, 500 gallons, right?
That's amazing. In 2 days?
In 2 days.
Well, I know.
And how is
now-
the commodities market on milk these days?
Very good.
Is that
You know
right?
that when you go
Oh,
out to
yeah.
store.
It's like $5 a gallon.
Milk is expensive.
Who does the shopping? You or Diane?
I do, but I know. It's
I'm not a good
expensive.
shopper. I just buy. I don't even look at the price.
Yeah, but milk is expensive.
Really?
No, milk got
I'm
very...
amazed.
Because
Milk
Need
is,
the
there's a
food.
lot of other things we waste money on besides.
milk is expensive.
Hey, see, that's good.
One's on the-
Me, I spend my time on endlessly. I look, what's the price of this? What's the price of that? Who cares, you know?
But you don't when you're shopping.
But you don't know.
food?
You know what each cow makes. That's kind
Oh,
of...
I
But
look
it's just
at
with
prices.
groceries. I mean, I know they add up, but
Groceries
it's
are
like
expensive. Food is...
do
food
one
has got
vacation to
outrageously
Italy, and I
expensive.
can tell you
Yeah,
that the cost of that far exceeds what we pay for the other stuff.
But actually, you know, that's really, when you come down to it, that's your taste. If you wanted to live, you could chop a lot off
Yeah,
that cost.
yeah.
It's just it wouldn't be, the food wouldn't.
No, but food I found got expensive in the last...
You're right.
Don't you think it got like
Yeah,
outrageously
definitely.
expensive?
Fred, hidden
You can't go
inflation.
without spending $60
The
on
Right.
Federal Reserve.
That's why I
Missing
say,
money.
you ought to have a mortgage.
That's right, debt gets cheaper in that situation. Yeah, there we go.
It used to be $150. Now
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
always over.
Okay, the fluid dynamics of milk from a cow. Here it is, the pipe. So there's a system of suction that obviously raises the milk into the pipes and brings it over here. Then it's over into this glass ball, which then has a float inside of it. Once that float rises to a certain level, it kicks in a pump. And the pump then flows it over here. This pipe disconnects in the middle, swings out into here, and then you fill up the tank. And then later on, when the guy comes to actually take the delivery, he connects to something down here. And loads up right outside. Terrific.
You know, 2 days
Right.
later, people come in, there's their milk.
And they don't even realize.
They don't realize.
Have you ever run into a situation where, because of weather or anything, that your tank overflowed with milk because somebody wasn't able to come?
Oh, they've had it, yeah. There's, you know, and then that famous ice storm, I think it was in, that was about 1998.
Really? Oh boy,
man.
so that must have really been frustrating.
Oh, yeah, I've had times, you know, at times you gotta dump milk.
But that's not very often, actually.
Very, very, very rare. I'm set up with a generator, so if I lose power, I plug in outside the building there and generate the electricity with the tractor
Right.
to run the equipment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, very interesting. But you got to make sure that your driveway's clear so the truck can get in.
Oh, it's got to be done, for sure.
So this is all part of the effort. And
Right.
like you said, most people have no idea what's involved in getting the milk to the shelf in the store. So this is kind of very fascinating.
You know, and they're getting such a good product. I mean, it's only, who would have thought, you know, that it goes to New York City and Boston 2 days after it comes from the cow.
Right.
You know,
Right.
the people have that availability,
Yeah.
fresh product.
Amazing. Getting rid of equipment is actually there's an engineering science associated with thinking about equipment replacement and what makes economic sense and business sense. And people I know have done master's thesis on it. I imagine they've done PhDs on it.
I believe it. But in its simplistic form, you take that green tractor over there. I bought it brand new in 1973.
Right?
It was fully depreciated in 1985. There it is. There it sits, ready to use.
And it still works.
Still works. And so, you know, every year, I mean, I hardly use it now because it's really not.
Right, so what happens is, now you don't have to pay any sort of tax on having that equipment here, do you?
No.
Okay. That's an important issue. It doesn't have to be licensed or registered or any sort of
It's
nonsense
a very
like that.
important issue.
Because that would be a problem. Because then you would be motivated to get rid of it.
Right. Which they probably, you know, these small communities that have a rich corporation in there,
Right?
in their midst, just like that. Since you were here last, in fact, you see that right over there, that quarry? You can just see it through the fog.
Right?
That was open about, it's been open about now 10 years, 12 years.
Yeah.
And man, they have dumped some serious money into developing that thing. But you go over there and all that equipment, that's a commercial venture. All
Oh, there
that
it is.
equipment is taxed,
Yep.
you know.
Yep, as a business.
Right.
But you know, in the power business in New York State, all of the power generating equipment is considered real property, subject to property taxes. The New York State defined it to be that way, which was a huge discovery, because most personal property, which is equipment, is not taxed like that. With New York State, it's a great source of revenue.
Right, I'm sure.
So and they do it because it's such a big utility business from a power generation, gas delivery point of view, and they get tons of money out of the utility. And ultimately, the people who pay are the customers because it's all recovered in rates.
Right. Which it's still, electricity is still such a bargain.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when you look at what it does to a person's life.
Yeah, it's phenomenal how much you use it. It's used in just
reliable.
everything.
I think it was when it was introduced and as it was developed, it changed the whole paradigm.
Yeah.
And you really, again, you're on a farm, you really come to grips with it well, like the same way as a result of Hurricane Katrina. You really come to grips with it when you lose it. You probably have never seen a day when you didn't have power at home, have you?
Well, out on Long Island, we actually used to lose power every year. You know, like half an hour maybe, a couple times a year. Because the power was delivered in low-cost territory on you know, telephone poles where trees fall over and knocks them down. But in the city, the only time I've ever seen a outage has been like in this major blackout that would occur, you know, once every 10 years. It'd be something. Maybe once every 20 years.
Yeah, that one that occurred there in 19, how was that?
I think was the big outage.
That's the one.
That's the one that I can distinctly recall. Because we had a guy stay at my house from work. You know, we kind of walked home, you know, the 4 miles. It was kind of fascinating. But at the same time, it was a hot summer day. And without your air conditioner, you were sweating bullets.
So you see, you know, that's when all of a sudden people realize, geez, this is quite a luxury we got here.
Nope.
Well, what it does here on this farm, I mean, you talk about, you know, this is probably the major fundamental reason for the elimination of child labor. The introduction of machinery like this.
So progress helped make everybody's life better.
Right.
The thing, it's a very, running out of gas in the gas utility business is the ultimate nightmare.
Oh, really?
Yep. Because if you had a problem, let's say gas supply to Staten Island got cut off, you would have a huge problem getting that relit.
Why is that?
Because you can't. If the gas were to go out, right, you would have to shut the valve, and you would then have, you know, let's say for argument's sake, 500,000 homes with no gas. The pilots would burn up all the gas, pipes would be empty. When you turn the pipe back on, you have to have people in each of the houses to make sure that it's lit, or else you're going to turn it on and gas is going to go unlit into the house with the explosive potential. That's why one of the biggest risks in the gas business is running out of gas in the middle of the winter when it's very cold and the pressure drops and you can't bring the supply in.
And then they just gradually wind it down to where it's a bare minimum.
Well, what you would do is that if you ever did lose a section, and every once in a while, like towns on Cape Cod lose their gas, and you'd have maybe 2,000 or 3,000 families lose gas, and they'll have to go in with a huge overtime effort by the union folks to get into each of the homes to make sure that sections are turned on and the pilots are relit. And so you don't think about it. You just say, every day that gas shows up.
You know, like my family's business, they had that sausage business.
Right.
Well, they had it was, you know, just before I left, really, that gas became available.
The catastrophic fire.
And they, you know...
Oh, right before you left is when they installed that pipeline?
No, they just installed a pipe. That's a different issue. The pipeline was put in about 10 years ago, I say. You crossed it coming over here. It's right back down.
Oh, yeah, I'm not talking about Maritimes. I'm talking about at the family business.
Right.
The family business had natural gas, right?
Right.
Where there was a pipe in there for a long time.
Well, there was, it was not available. For maybe there was a pipe. There was a time before. I can't tell you exactly how it transpired, but it was not available for a long time that I was there. And all of a sudden, they brought it into the city. And they showed my father how the gas boiler, you know, you'd save money and it was better and this and that. And so he installed it, and it was in. The point being, they had a fire, which was not related to the gas.
Oh, it wasn't?
Yeah,
okay.
They had a fire. So the fire started, and it burned this back building, which was not very valuable.
Right.
And then it started a wall on the main building, and it happened to be the wall where the gas supply came in.
Ah.
It lit the gas supply, burned through the valve, and lit the gas supply. So there's this huge blowtorch.
Right.
But the main point I'm making is, fire department's there, we're there, gas company's there, shut off the gas. They say, well, according to our records, the gas is right here, the gas line is right here, to get the main, we gotta dig this up. And the guy, one of the employees at the plant said, it's not there, it's over there. So they dig up the place first where the gas company people said, and sure enough, it's not there. Meanwhile, this fire is burning the place down.
Oh my gosh, what a...
So by the time they get it all done, and by the time they finally got it shut off, it had really ruined the building.
Right.
And the whole business.
Yeah, what a shame.
Yeah.
This is Schultze...
Frankfurt.
That's what it was called?
It was, primarily Schultze Frankfurt. Actually, the name was New Hampshire Provision. But,
so they never rebuilt it.
Well, that was my brother at the time was running it, and